What's good, YouTube? It's jazzlovesmma here, and I'm going to be doing my full card recap for UFC Fight Night Sacramento, Hernandez versus Rodriguez. And getting straight into the main event, Rodriguez fucking put a beat down on Fluffy. I have always thought that Fluffy was a bit overrated. I just never thought he was really that good. The way people were talking about him was kind of always crazy. And I don't think it showed here that he's overrated, but I do think people overrate him in certain matchups. Round one, he's just kind of smudging against the fence. Robocop is getting some good shots off. He's getting the right hand, which I don't know if I call in my video, because I did tape the day after, and I wrote my fight night post that I do. I'm doing article threads of tweets for every fight night main event. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll be posting them every Thursday to Friday on Twitter. And I really thought that Rodriguez was going to rip to the body, but I did know that the right hand and the jab would be there. He was jabbing him, Fluffy, stuffing all the takedowns. All the takedowns in the first round, he just stuffs pretty easily, and looked good. People were telling me, I was in a reply, right, in the comment section somewhere, and I said 48-47 was an awful scorecard. And so I was like, didn't Fluffy clearly win the first and third? How do you give him the first? He was getting out damaged. He was getting elbowed. And he was getting hit with shots. I was very worried for Rodriguez here because his chin was I know he's a little bit chinny. So I was like, dude, I can just envision these fucking elbows from Hernandez fucking chinning him. But Gregory stayed there. I think it was in the first. Gregory got cut over the left eye because Hernandez he wasn't really getting the takedown, so he was using it to advance, and he'd use it to get stuff off on the feet with elbows off the break, and Rodriguez wasn't really throwing off the break as well. Landed some knees to the body. I don't even think he affected Fluffy to the body. He was getting Fluffy would be to smile and react, but not a visible ugh, like Miguel Pereira did and stuff. And then I was like, okay, it's a clear Rodriguez round. He stung him bad over the right hand. Fluffy was leaning back, but I just thought Rodriguez did more with the elbows in the clinch. Off the break, Fluffy was landing well as well, but Rodriguez was doing pretty good. Round two, dude, the right hand left hook of Rodriguez was starting to land. He was stuffing the takedown. He was letting himself get pressed. This match was whoever's walking forward is pretty much winning. Whoever's moving forward is winning. That's what Rodriguez was doing. Looked good. I'm going to try making this a quick recap. I don't want to just take too much time out of these fights. But the main event I'm going to talk about a little bit longer because it was 5 rounds, and I didn't expect to go 5 rounds, especially after the second round where Robocop is literally what looked like he was going to kill Hernandez and destroy his leg. Starts chopping low, and the low kick is there for him. He needs to keep chopping. And then he gets a visible reaction. He starts dropping him. He starts fucking pouring it on. Uppercuts. He landed a good uppercut in the first as well, I think. Uppercut to stuff a takedown. He was doing that. He was just too strong in the clinch as well. Then when Fluffy's leg was done, he started trying to go to orthodox. It just wasn't a good look for him. And Robocop was, going to the ground with him. Then he'd stand back up. He was pouring it on. I was like, I don't like that he's pouring it on here. And he's not getting the finish because he can just gas. And he starts pouring it on. Boom, boom. Landing bombs. Rocking Fluffy. Dropping him low kicks. I gave this round a 10-8. In the last 30 seconds, they start swinging the pocket. Robocop has his back to the fence, throwing shots. Fluffy's in his face, throwing shots. I'm like, dude, Robocop, you can get fucking chinned here. Watch out, man. And he gets taken down with 3 seconds left. I thought it was a clear 10-8. I don't know. I just don't know how you don't give it. Let me see the stats at least. Dude, Robocop was a plus 180 underdog. I don't understand that. I just don't get that at all. Let me see. Let's see these stats. Thanks, UFC website. You take forever to load. Bro, there's no way these were the numbers for the first round. 52 to fucking 10. What the fuck was Robocop doing? Were these oh, I guess he was landing to the body. he was throwing little pot shots to the body. Okay, I guess. There's no way there's an 11, a 14 number difference in total strikes. Oh, but the significant strikes are crazy. 3 knockdowns in the first in the second round. This was 100% take, 100% 10-8. He was getting cracked back, and the double jab of Fluffy would land here and there, but Robocop was starting to find his timing on his own jab, and he would just break off the clinch and then start landing back. He would start landing the right hand. He would start landing the lead hook. Those were things that were there for Robocop. Strickland was having a lot of success, and obviously Strickland is a better striker than Robocop. I don't know if I have to adjust my screen. I think my last video was the predictions. Is a better striker than Robocop, but Robocop has good tools, and he does similar, like some of the techniques he has are stuff that he can use, like what Strickland showed. The jab, the lead hook, the right hand, the right cross. Those were things that he does very well, and he's kind of fast with, that has loads of power. He continuously stung Fluffy with, had him on the fence, like curling up, but Fluffy has fucking insane heart, man. Didn't go down. I thought he was about to get JDM'd. The JDM slander is going to be even worse now, man. Fuck. But he was looking good. Didn't get finished. In the third, originally I was like fucking raging because I was like, dude, you could have finished him, because I hated in the second day. He was trying to like keep pouncing on him. I was like, just let him back up. You drop him with a low kick, let him back up. Bang, slam another one in. Throw right hand, bang, throw a low kick. But he started brawling, and I was fucking raging out. Third round, he gets instantly taken down. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You're fucking getting taken down by Fluffy Hernandez. You're getting fucking mauled right now. You're just gonna get fucking TK'd. I fucking hate you, Gregory Rodriguez. That was literally what I was doing. And he gets up. I'm like, holy shit, he's getting up. And I was like, dude, this might be good for. I was like, halfway through the round, I was like, dude, this is good for Robocop. I immediately switched up because I was like, Robocop's gassed. Like, he gassed out after that, like, barrage and brawl at the end of the second. And then all of, Fluffy's and, getting these takedowns. Robocop was cheating a lot in the second round. He was going the third. He's grabbing the fence. I think he was grabbing the glove. He almost got taken down, and I think he stopped it by grabbing the cage. But I was like, this is going to be a Fluffy round, but Robocop's not, doing bad. But, he's bad visuals because he's gassing. He's getting, taken down at the beginning of the round. He's getting held. But, it was a good round for him to just, in a 5-rounder, you just let it go by. And let him gain energy, because the whole time he's not working in the clinch. Robocop is just defending all the takedowns, and then Fluffy's in pouring big combinations on him. He's not ripping to the body. So he's just there in the clinch, and he's landing some elbows, landing knees. He started landing back on Fluffy, but Fluffy was still staying in his face. Getting in the clinch. Yeah, even numbers on significant strikes, total strikes went to Robocop. Those were just some of the elbows to the side of the head that he was landing, but it was still a clear, fluffy round. But it let Robocop gain injury, and after the round, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this is really good for Robocop. I'm like, wow. What a bad round for Fluffy, where this is your rallying round, you're staying in southpaw, you're popping with the jab, you're looking for the clinch, and you're just not getting your takedowns on someone who's death gassed. Because you can see he's getting lumbered even off the break. But in round 4, I instantly knew, dude, Robocop is fucking back. I'm like, dude, he's gassed, but he's fighting back, and he just had his best, nearly as good as the second round. 62-28. He starts pouring it on. He's pressing forward with the right hand. He gets taken down at the end of the round. But dude, he lands some big shots. Still, as soon as Fluffy switches stance and he's unorthodox for a little too long, he slams a low kick. My dad, I was watching the fight with my dad, and he was like, dude, why isn't he just throwing the leg kick immediately? And it's he knows as soon as that leg kick comes, Fluffy's probably switching stances. I do wish he went to the inside low kick, maybe at least once or twice. But it's I think he did in the 5th or something. But he was still staying in the leg of Fluffy. Started pouring it on. dude, the chin of Fluffy is insane, but Fluffy was cracking him back with a in southpaw with a double jab, right, left hand. The left hands were getting through for him, but Rodriguez was just finding some body kicks, some front kicks off the back foot. Um, he started looking for the knees out in the open. Knees, when they would break from the clinch, he would send in the knee. He was finding the right hands. The open stance for Rodriguez is perfect because it just goes into all his favorite tools of left. The right hand to the body was good there for him. He was starting to rip the left hook, right hook to the body. The right hand was free for him because it's southpaw now. And Fluffy was just getting cracked over and over again. He was still in the fight. He still was able to get the takedowns later on. I think this is a round where he really gets taken down and he stuffs it by kind of grabbing the fence, but phenomenal round from Rodriguez. He's still getting elbowed back. Like Fluffy is he's a dog, and he has heart in him, but he was kind of getting beat the shit out of right there. And then in the fifth, I kind of just forgot what the fucking happened. Robocop was clearly limbered, and he lumbered. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I think it's lumbered. And he's like gassing, and he's like this, and he's like, the hands are going down, but he's still there jabbing up Fluffy. He's still there cracking him in the chin. Fluffy's like trying to smudge him against the fence, but Robocop's there. And then near the end of the round, I think he drops Fluffy with a leg kick, gets on top, and I'm like, this is good for him with like 40 seconds left. Just smothers him on top. Doesn't really do anything. Ends up getting reversed, but he won the round anyway. I had 49, 45, right? Because I had a 10-8 in the second. So I had this 49-45. I don't know how it was 48-47, but Robocop had a phenomenal performance. I don't know if calling Rodriguez was the right call. Just timeline-wise, we don't know who's fighting for the title at the moment. So I think that adds some extra, like, who does Robocop fight next? But I guess we'll see. Maybe we'll get some fight announced. We get some venues announced. I think 335 might be Strickland. They might want to get Strickland on MSG or something. They might have heavyweight fight and then Strickland on the co-main. Or maybe they'll put Strickland versus Mavov in December. Who knows? But yeah. Fluffy, bad 2-fight losing streak. Not the best form. So decent guys getting to the rank, not really. But maybe you give him. He took some damage. He came to the fight with the black eye. I don't know who you give him next. Maybe you give him. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see who can fight. Where does he go in the rankings? I think that's just all too. We'll just see. I think we have some other middleweight ranked matchups coming up soon as well. So it all just kind of comes down to what happens next. Where are they in the rankings? All that. But Rodriguez is tough as fuck as well. He ate a whole bunch of shots as well. Didn't let himself get completely gassed out. Kept fighting through it. And this is probably his best performance. I do think Pfeiffer would chin him. I do think maybe even a Barao would beat him. I don't know, that's tricky because I think Barao fights with his hands down, and Rodriguez in an open stance just finds that right hand. I could see him chin, but Rodriguez doesn't have the best chin, so that'd be worrying matchups for him. Duplessis, I think, would chin him as well, so I don't think that's a good call out. Sergey Spivak versus Vitor Petrino. Try trusting with the crafty pick of Spivak, but he fucking fumbled. Spivak just got his legs chewed up and he got jabbed up in the first, and that was literally the end for him. His leg was done in the first, and he got his nose busted. He could not come back. He landed a couple jabs, and I was like, "Oh, hold on!" The fast boxing of Sergey and the underrated boxing of Sergey's coming out, and then he would get jabbed, and he looked like he was about to cry coming to this fight. But Petrino did good. Looked fast. He was bouncing. In the second round, gets a takedown stuffed. He just fucking starts throwing like a dumbass, like a retard. Spivak is defending them. Then he gets taken down. Gets fucking brutally ground and pounded the entire rest of the round. I had a 10-8. And then the last 10 seconds, he gets out and just holds on to Petrino instead of throwing ground and pound. Round 3, fucking awful fight. Awful round. Awful round. It makes you remember that these guys are just heavyweights. Petrino's clearly gassed, but Spivak is too done to get anything off. He's getting a couple jabs, but Petrino does the leg kick there for him to really stop Spivak from pouring it on. And then he gets a takedown late or in the middle round. Spivak gets up. They're on the open, but Spivak's too done to really get anything off. So good win for Petrino. That's a top 6 win. Maybe we see him in the top 5. He wasn't even ranked in the media rankings before this, so he's here to shake things up. I wonder who they kick out of the rankings. I guess we'll find out Tuesday, but I'll look in the rankings after this video and see who they could kick out. But yeah, I think good stuff from Petrino. I don't like he does slow down, and like when he's tired, he just starts walking away because he's already in a bladed stance, but then he just literally just starts walking after an exchange, and like someone who's gonna push late and isn't having their legs chewed up or doesn't have their face busted up, I think pours it on him. So I think like a hawk hit would fucking TKO Petrino, to be honest. But I guess we'll find out in the future. Rainer DeRitter versus Delizzi. Delizzi just fucking pulled guard, looked for heel hooks, and got ground and pounded brutally. Not much to say. I don't know how good DeRitter is at light heavyweight. He beat up another middleweight in Delizzi. I would like to see him fight someone in the top 15. I don't know who he could fight because he took no damage, and the 205 weight cuts maybe aren't that bad for him, but I don't know. It was a good performance though. He didn't let me. His grappling is top notch, so obviously he wasn't gonna get heel hooked, and just brutally ground and pounded Delizzi and kind of Magni Max with the ground and pound. So good stuff from DeRitter. Delizzi fucking sucks. So not much to say. I saw someone say DeRitter versus Guskov, and I think it's a good matchup. If you want to try to get DeRitter in the rankings, I think that's kind of what you do. So moving on to Marco Medeiros versus Mason Jones. Fuck, Mason Jones, man. Marco Medeiros looked good early in round 1. Low kicks were crispy. He was landing the right hand over the top, then the left hook, right hand over the top, left hook. Mason Jones was just staying in the pocket with him, walking him down, landing his own leg kicks. He gets tripped at some point, gets back up, starts finding his own hooks. They're fucking brawling. I think Mason Jones gets a trip or gets Medeiros slips, gets on top, starts landing some ground and pound, takes the back, but ends up on bottom. And near the end of the round, gets ground and pounded, then he gets an upper kick. First one was a fucking sick round. They're sitting in the pocket. The left hook of Medeiros was landing clean, but then the low kick. But I felt like Mason Jones was building into the fight. And Marco Medeiros was having a really good first round. I would love to see the numbers actually, because I was like, oh, this is a really high paced round for Medeiros, and I think he's gonna slow. Yeah, 50 for strikes. Yeah, like Mason Jones maybe landed more. He was landing his own left hook early on. He was looking for his own low kicks, but he was looking for left hooks to the body as well. He was doing pretty well, finding the right hand as well. But Medeiros was just able to eat it, and I was like, man, Mason Jones is gonna start pouring out a pace in the second, and he kind of was. To be honest, he kind of was. Mason Jones starts early, jabbing. Medeiros through the leg kicks. Medeiros will go through for a leg kick. Jones will just jab right through it, jab him. If you start pouring on big hooks, Medeiros was sitting in the pocket, right hand over the top, left hook to the body, left hook over the top. Mason Jones would eat it. Mason Jones' chin looked like it was made out of fucking steel. I don't know how he was eating so many of the shots he did. He gets backed up to the fence, or they're in a clinch and they separate, and Mason Jones to the clinch, fucking elbow straight to the chin of Jones. He fucking eats it like nothing, like beans on fucking toast. I don't know what Welsh people eat, but I just brought up a British stereotype. Ate that shit like nothing. Then Marco Medeiros looks for even 30 more, 10 more counter elbows, and Mason Jones is starting to get rocked. He's starting to get stung. The left hook of Marco Medeiros, another elbow. Mason Jones is against the fence. He's just getting brutally elbowed. He gets stopped. First finish for Marco Medeiros in the UFC. I think first time Mason Jones has ever been finished. It was a worry because Marco Medeiros is a clean striker, and the elbows were something against Padilla, we'll talk about soon. that he used, and that was going to be there against a blockhead like Jones. But I thought his chin would be a little too good, and it did feel like he was going to start pouring it on, and it did feel like he was going to start building, because that's kind of what was happening. But Madero's just a little too clean of a striker. He has been the most underrated guy. I've never seen anyone talk about him, so he's really underrated. I don't know who he fights next. Maybe give him like a Mike Davis. Maybe him versus Mike Davis could be fun. Or maybe give him like an Unk, like Jared Gordon or something. Mason Jones gotta try to rebuild. He was about to become a huge name. He was calling for the rankings. Then they give him Marco Morelos, and he just gets all his hype stolen. So that sucks for him. Carly Judice versus Jaisla Chavez. Carly Judice is the WMA version of Sean O'Malley. She's just slick on the feet. Just started picking at Chavez, left hands up top, body shots, lands a good front kick. Chavez is swinging like a dumbass. She's landing some right hands and some shots over the top, but Carly Judi's just hopping in and out of range, popping her left hand, dipping, and then she finds another front kick, puts her down, and looked good. Glad Carly Judice was able to get a finish, because she looked pretty mid against Juliana Miller. So glad she's able to come back and get a first round finish as well against a girl who is tough and she has war. So good stuff for Carly Judice. She's the future. Anthony Wint versus Terrence Chapman. Anthony Wint didn't look that impressive. He got like his takedown stuff here and there, and he was just kind of bouncing out and around. He was really, I kind of didn't like what I saw from him on the feet, but then he eventually got a takedown. Was landing a whole bunch of like 20 back to head strikes against an arm triangle. Good stuff. Choked out Terrence Chapman through his second chin. Pretty impressive. Made him pass out. It looks fake. Look. I didn't mention my tweet about it, my live reaction tweet, but it did look like a little fake. So, do with that what you will. He kind of just looked like he went and took a nap. So, Anthony Wood gets it done. I think I went 4-2 in the main card. I went 1, 2, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 4-2. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Prelims. Jamal Emmers versus Darian Douglas. Doug, what the fuck did you say? Larry and Douglas. Emmers did good circling. Douglas was landing some good kicks, but I always had a worry with Douglas, because even against Rosa, he was just coming in with hooks like a retard. And I'm like, it's just so ugly to see. And then he kept doing that here. He was like literally only landing the low kicks, then a jab here and there. And Jamal Emmers, from what I remember, wasn't landing anything. But then near the end of the round, as he finds a 1-2, puts Larry Douglas down in the Anthony Smith pose, gets 3 ground-pound shots. It's over. I knew Douglas was going to be this crazy thing. I knew he was being overrated, but I was like, he trains with a good team, and I thought he would look better. I didn't think Jamal Emmers would be the guy to break the hype train of Douglas, but I think it's good, because fucking all the people on Twitter overhype anyone, and yeah. I don't even know which way my hair's going. I'm trying to send it this way. My hair's like shit right now. But good win for Emmers, man. He's on a 2-fight win streak against some decently named guys. This is a big win for him, because Larry Douglas had so much hype. So good stuff for Jamal Emmers. Kennedy Nizuchuku versus Shamil Gaziev. Everyone was fucking picking Kennedy Nizuchuku, but we fucking stayed with Shamil Gaziev. He came out, he looks fucking slim. For somebody who's weighing 261, he looks slim. He didn't look as jiggly. He didn't look as morbidly obese. He came looking slim. He came out looking fast, the hands up. And Kennedy, with his hands down, he tried rolling with shots, but he did it like someone who never rolled shots before. So he's going against the fence like this. And then that just leaves Gaziev's only weapon, the right cross. Bang! And as Kennedy's doing this, as if he was rolling another shot, he just gets his head spun again by the fucking right hand of Gaziev, and just sends him face first into the canvas. Shamil Gaziev gets a big win. Good stuff for him. Great comeback, man. We really needed this. Kennedy took fucking Buchecha to a draw. I knew to trust Shamil. I didn't think he was going to KO. I should have probably seen that happening, but I thought he would take him down over and over again. Oh, baby. Chris Padilla versus Nasrat Haqparast. Just how good is Chris Padilla, bro? He beat Mason Joe. He beat Marco Maderos, bro. And he won 2 nights. Chris Padilla is really good, man. In round 1, he's getting some stomps off, getting some inside low kicks. It's a fucking boring round. Nasrat got like 1 left hand off, from what I remember. Maybe I should pull up the stats. But it was a pretty shit round. It was a pretty shit fight, to be honest. No, I did not want to see Nasrat Haqparast's fucking career info. Hello? There we go. Bro, I do not trust these numbers. Never mind, bro. I'm not even looking at the straight numbers. But Chris Padilla was just letting them inside low kicks. He really does frame like this with his hands up like he's John Jones. I kind of hate it. And yeah. Neither really wasn't doing anything in the first. Neither were really doing anything. But they're finding each other reads, so I understood it. Round 2, Chris Padilla started to find some better timing. Dan's just finding the left hand a little bit more. Dude, Chris Padilla, what the fuck are these numbers? There's no way these are the numbers at all. But Chris Padilla was landing some good shots. The stomps were really bugging Nasrat. Like, it looked like he was getting visibly bugged by them. Like, it was like actually hurting his leg. And someone on commentary had said it, but it felt like that's what really was making him gun shy. Chris Padilla was finding his own right hand. He's finding the jabs. He's finding the body kicks a little bit more. Finding some knees. And it was just a bit of a more competitive round, but I still thought Padilla took it. He was getting stung up by some big combos from Nasrat, the uppercut, but then he would land his own uppercut. And they were going really shot for shot, but Padilla was doing more of the inside low kicks and the kicks overall. And yeah, Nasrat really only has like the left hand, and Padilla's just really switching it up on him with his Muay Thai. In the third round, they're fucking swinging for it. Padilla starts good. He starts pressuring Nasrat a little bit more, pressing him. It's back and forth, left hands from Nasrat's landing, but like midway through the round, he fucking hurts him. He drops him. I forgot what was shot, but he starts pouring it on. He's landing some nasty ground pound. Nasrat scrambles now. He's fucking Padilla still on him. They get up. Padilla starts getting the clinch, landing elbows off the break. Bang, bang, bang with the collar tie. Lands some knees. Has Nasrat hurt. Then he gets like a standing arm triangle. Then he eventually trips Nasrat with like 4 seconds left. And Nasrat literally goes cold as the bell rang. Couldn't get up on his own. And Padilla gets the technical submission. Great stuff. Really hope he gets a performance bonus, but I really don't think he will. We had some pretty good KOs. Beautiful stuff from Padilla. He called out Jim Miller in not his post-fight interview, but like the like the media day after his fights. And I don't know if I really like the Jim Miller call out after beating Nasrat Haqparast. Probably could go higher. I don't know. I don't really know who he could fight, but he could fight really. But maybe someone top 15, maybe not, because you do have a draw somewhere. So you know what? Maybe Jim Miller is a good shot. You know, Jim Miller's just old, so people are gonna like it, but maybe that's the right move for him. So good win from Chris Padilla. Trusted in the underdog. What the fuck happened to you guys? Oh, well, I guess he ended as a favorite. Marshall Barboza versus Ryan Coos. Coos was just instant shooting takedowns and just getting them all stuffed. Marshall lands a left hook on the it looked like it hit the forehead. It lands like on the temple, but it looks like it grazed the forehead as well. Coos goes down. He's like starstruck. He's like on the ground. Barboza looks laying more ground and pound. He doesn't. Like he kind of holds himself back as he's going in, and he just walks away. Referee stops it, and Coos is like starstruck. Then he wakes up. It kind of felt like he was faking it, but he's like, he was completely shocked. The power that Barboza has is fucking insane. Good first round finish for him. Gage Young versus Stan Doors. Fucking hell, I don't want to keep talking about this card. First round, Gage Young's looking good, popping up with the right hands. Gets a fucking toss. Nice, some good ground and pound. Competitive round, but Gage Young clearly won, sticking Dorsenville as he tried shifting in shots. Um, and yeah, uh, Dorsenville in round 2 and 3 just started picking it up more. I want to play today's Wordle as I do this because I forgot to do it all day. Um, and yeah, Dorsenville's doing well. You know, letting his own jabs in southpaw specifically, and he was doing pretty good in rounds 2 and 3. Even shooting his own takedowns. Gage was doing well to stuff him, but then he was shooting his own, and Dorsenville would just separate, and he would land these big knees, and it was fucking back and forth scrap. And Gage Young has a fucking chin on him. I'm gonna put Young in the Wordle. Only got an N. Okay, never mind. Oh wait, maybe I'll do never. Oh, nope, just waited to 2 letters. But what am I doing? It's just such a waste of time for this video. Um, Yeah, Gage Young was doing well with the lead hook, right hand, and he was ripping shots in the pocket, and he was looking really good, phenomenal round 1. And Dorsonville kind of looked like he started a little too slow, and it was like, oh man, this dude's just not gonna do well. But what was I gonna say? And then round 2 just picks it up. Straight shots for him will start landing a little bit better. Starts finding the time on the knees. Gage Jones' pop kind of just looks like it goes. He never really doesn't really have pop in his hands, but it kind of just goes even lower. And Dorsonville's power was kind of showing a little bit more, continuously stinging Gage Young. He was getting stung back. He was getting like stung back in moments. Big right hands from Gage Young, but Dorsonville's starting to find the uppercuts. Whenever Gage Young would dip, he was finding the jab a lot more. He's popping Gage Young's head back more. Then Young was able to pop his and really just won the second round really clearly. Third round, Gage Young was like really shooting for takedowns. He was really trying to get it, not getting anything out of it. Dorsonville would reverse the clinch, would land big knees, big shots, or big elbows. And Young wasn't really being able to do enough. Even in the feet, he was doing well in the feet, and, swinging the pocket, but he was just getting stung up, and just couldn't do enough. Made this fight really close. I did say in my prediction video that I could see him being a giant Matsumoto who makes it close with everyone, no matter their level. But Dorsonville's fun, short notice, and looked pretty good. So I'm excited for his future. Maybe he'll look better and look a little bit more polished on a full camp, but against someone else. So yeah, sucks for Young. He was on a 2-fight win streak. Looked like he was gonna do something, but oh well. White Schultz versus Jackson McVeigh. Schultz gets like almost gets a gilly as he pulls guard or something, and then they get back on the feet because Jackson McVeigh just scrambles out of it. And they're both the slowest people I've ever seen. Two of the most unathletic guys I've ever seen. But Jackson McVeigh's striking is somewhat technical, and White Schultz looks like he just doesn't want to be on the feet. The double jabs from McVeigh would look pretty good. I need to play the word on. It's almost over. Holy shit, almost got it instantly. Um, and yeah, White Schultz was just kind of a victim on the feet right there. Dude, what could this word be? Um, oh, I got it. Anyway, now I can go back to the video. And White Schultz was he is just a victim on the feet, and that's why I switched my pick. They like leading into my prediction video because I just knew he like if he's on the feet, he can't be damaging. He can't just maul people. So I just knew that was gonna be there for him. He just kept double jabbing Schultz. Schultz would land the right hand occasionally, but he just wasn't like he doesn't look like he belongs on the feet. Bay land his own left hand. He eventually finds a knee as West Schultz dips. Picture perfect knee. Beautiful stuff from McVeigh. He gets the TKO. Looks fucking good. And the finish. He didn't really look that good. He's just super unathletic and just super slow. And like he looks like he has the skills and he's gonna get better. And clearly his grappling's gotten better, right? Because maybe the version that McVeigh that was Schultz had way less grappling, and obviously to not get gillied was pretty good. It was a pretty good sign from him, but I don't think when you're that unathletic, I don't know how much your like your raw talent will take you. But I think maybe if he keeps getting better fight to fight, he could be like a good unranked fighter. Chanel Dyer versus Elise Reed. Chanel Dyer was just fucking up this old lady. The right hands, the high kicks, the left hook. The left hook was money. I was calling it. I was trying to make her. Yeah, from my couch, I was trying to get her to land the left hooks more, but no, mentally, I was like, she should be landing these. She should be throwing the left hooks a little bit more. And yeah, she looked pretty good. I feel like she could have gone the finish earlier, but I think it's a mix that Dyer just really doesn't have that much power. Like in the second round, she was fucking really badly hurting her over and over again. But then she would like throw a high kick at the end of a combination, and it would land to the arms of Reed, and then she wouldn't pour it on. When instead she should have thrown the 1-2 or the 3-2. Got her stance back then, 2-3, something like that. And that's something I really would have wanted to see from her instead of just 3-2, then a high kick that lands to the arms. I didn't like that over and over again. She would sometimes land the high kick, at the end of a combination, but keep a few in between. But she was just fucking her up with knees, big shots. She was getting tagged back by like the jab of Reed, but that's just not enough to do anything. Gets to finish in the third. The ref kind of just fight back, and Elise freezes like this. Really sad stuff. She looks like someone's mom, like actually. So that was just brutal loss for Reed, but great win for Chanel Dyer. Her striking's nasty. She's fast. She's explosive. She's what this division needs. I'm excited for her future. Her and 4 are looking pretty good. And yeah. Overall, fantastic card. I really enjoyed it. Immensely. I didn't think about it, but it was a really good card. Overall, I think it went 94-1, 2, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 5-2. Then I went, yeah. So I went 9-4. Pretty good on picks. Let me know in the comments below. How did you guys do in predictions? How did you guys enjoy the card? I loved it. Had a great time watching. I did roll in predictions. How did you guys do? Did you guys get the main event right? What do you guys think is next for Fluffy or Gregory Rodriguez? Just let me know all that in the comments below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys did enjoy my recap and my takes. Follow me on Twitter, jazzlovesmma. Most of you guys already come from there. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.